All right, y'all, things are starting to warm up. For our next category, we have Best Actor in a Leading Role. And the nominees are Christian Bale, American Hustle; Bruce Dern, Nebraska; Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street; Chiwetel Ejiofor, 12 Years a Slave; Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club. You know, for me, this was the toughest category for me to do a pick off of. You know, I got to be honest with y'all, but, you know, taking my top two, you know, I had to go with Matthew McConaughey for his role in Dallas Buyers Club, and Leonardo DiCaprio for The Wolf of Wall Street. And, you know, when we reviewed The Wolf of Wall Street, I talked about this with DiCaprio, and I said he danced on the line of overacting, but he didn't cross it. He did not cross it. And he gave just a great portrayal and a performance of Jordan Belfort, and just, you know, showing us that excess of that time period on Wall Street. You know, I thought he blew it out of the water. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, the guy's an A1 first class actor, and I think he deserves an Oscar for this one. So I'm going with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, I'm a big fan of Leo too, but my top two picks have to come down to Matthew McConaughey playing a character during a period of time in which AIDS was something that we didn't know anything about. He's dealing with this disease. He's in denial. He is desperate. He is angry, and all of these emotions come across perfectly. He's reminiscent of Tom Hanks in Philadelphia, but only much more defiant in this particular role. My second pick would be Chiwetel Ejiofor. If you've watched any of our shows before, you know how much I love Steve McQueen's film, 12 Years a Slave. I feel like Chiwetel did an outstanding job of headlining and carrying that film. I thought he was outstanding. My pick would be Chiwetel Ejiofor for his performance in 12 Years a Slave.
All right, there you have it. All right, our next category is Best Director, and the nominees are David O. Russell, American Hustle; Alfonso Cuarón, Gravity; Alexander Payne, Nebraska; Steve McQueen, 12 Years a Slave; Martin Scorsese, The Wolf of Wall Street. You know, hey y'all, and Kev, I mean, for me, you know, I really got two that I really had the eye on this, and, you know, here we are again, American Hustle. What can I do? I'm sorry, David O. Russell, and then Gravity, Alfonso Cuarón. And, you know, the thing with American Hustle, I mean, he was just a great conductor. I mean, everything that plays into making a film, it was just beautiful, you know. So that's why I had to eye him on this. Okay. And then we go to Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity. And, you know, I said this when we reviewed this film. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. It was so real, such a small cast, and you have to tell this very intricate story and engage us. You know, I got to go with Alfonso Cuarón on this one for the Oscar for Best Director.
Okay.
No doubt.
Every single director in this category brought their A game, no doubt. I have two favorites and a dark horse. Okay, my first favorite would be Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ant said, he took us to space. Okay, he took us to space in a way that no one else has ever done it. My second would be David O. Russell's American Hustle. This movie is perfectly made, brilliantly conceived. He takes us to the 70s, and we hang out there for a couple of hours. Does an outstanding job. And my dark horse for this category would be Steve McQueen's 12 Years a Slave.
Okay. I wonder why the brother got to be the dark horse.
My light horse, I'll put it that way. My light horse, Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave. I think he shows us slavery and its effects in a way that we have never seen it before done on screen. But if I had to give it to one of those three films, I think my choice is definitely the work that Alfonso Cuarón does in Gravity. Just the amount of green screen and special effects that he had to manipulate and manage in that film had to be phenomenal. And he does a great job with it.
All right, there you have it. This is what we've all been waiting for, the last category, which is Best Picture.
Sir.
The nominees are American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
Outstanding movies, one and all. Seriously, this was a very difficult category to judge because every director brought their A game. Every single one of these films was noteworthy. I mean, it really was a difficult choice. But if I were choosing for my money, we're going to start with American Hustle, which I felt like was an outstanding movie, but it's a little too Oscar prefabricated for me. Okay, everything about this film looks like it's made to attract the attention of Oscar voters. So for that reason, I put that third on my list. Secondly, I'm gonna have to go with Dallas Buyers Club, which really came out of nowhere and captivated and wowed me in a way that very few films seem to be able to do. The performances were outstanding. The film was no perfect. I felt like it was a really good movie, but it's number 2 on my list. My favorite and the movie that I feel like should win this award is Steve McQueen's 12 Years a Slave. 12 Years a Slave is wonderfully shot, wonderfully scripted and acted, and there's no gimmicks, guys. This is just brilliant filmmaking and acting at its best.
For me, if I lined out my 3, and I'll start in 3rd place, The Wolf of Wall Street. I enjoy this film, but I think Martin Scorsese outsmarted himself in this one. So that's why it has the 3rd place. 2nd place, I'd have to go with Dallas Buyers Club. Excellent movie. Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto, I mean, their performances are top notch.
No
but
doubt.
again, we're talking about Best Picture, not Best Actor here. 1st place, I gotta go with American Hustle. Kev, I couldn't disagree with you more of you saying this is kind of a pre-Oscar fab. I won't repeat everything I've said already, but this movie was perfection. If I had to paint a picture of a motion picture, a film, and what's a perfect film look like, that's what it is. I mean, I rated this film a 10 out of 10, so I got to go with American Hustle on this one.
Okay, so as you can see, Ant and I, we agreed on some things,
Right,
But
we
we
did.
certainly have our differences in other areas, okay? And that's fine. It'll all be played out by the end of Oscar night.
Kev and I will be watching the Oscars live. We suggest that you do the same. Grab a loved one, grab some popcorn, and kick back and enjoy it. And we will see who won in the picks. But there you have it. Thanks for checking us out. I am Ant. This is Kev. We are the Movie Brothers, and this is the place where we bring you nothing but the real on the real. Peace.